You pretended like cooking when you saw your husband coming downstairs. He looked a little tense, just as you expected. He walked around the living room checking drawers and cabinets but didn't seem to find the thing he was looking for. You knew exactly what he was looking for, but you didn't ask him. Instead, you waited for him to approach you so that whatever you have planned all this time can come true. You pretended to busy yourself with breakfast. You had planned this little scheme perfectly, and now all you had to do was wait. He was searching for his tie, the one you had hidden in your closet. You wanted him to ask you for help just this once, like all husbands do. He always handles everything on his own, never bother you, and this made you feel like he doesn't trust or love you enough to share his problems, so now you planned a perfect moment by yourself. Jungkook sighed, clearly frustrated, and finally made his way to the kitchen. You pretended like cooking as soon as he walked inside the kitchen. Wyan, have you seen my tie? I must have forgotten where I kept it. You looked at him innocently as if you knew nothing. Your tie? Let me think. No, I haven't seen it. Did you check your closet? Of course I checked my closet. I looked everywhere, he said, running a hand through his hair. Oh, okay, well, let me help you look. Leaving everything as it is, you walked outside the kitchen telling him to follow you. Jungkook thought of turning off the stove, but he noticed it was already off and you weren't cooking anything. You don't even know how to cook, it's just there were 2 slices of bread laying on the chopping board on which you were applying butter. He sighed because it didn't take him much time to understand that it was all your game. He smiled slightly and shook his head before following you, who was now pretending to look for his tie. Now that Jungkook knows it was all planned by you, he was casually following you around to see what you have planned. He was trying to control his smile to see how you were acting as if you don't know anything, but in reality you were enjoying making him following you around. It feels strangely good. You turned towards him. It's not here, maybe we should look in the bedroom again. He nodded. Sure, maybe you know where exactly it is. You gave him a suspicious look and then walked upstairs while Jungkook followed you. Before Jungkook comes in the room, you quickly grab the tie you have hidden and put it inside his closet, and when he finally came, you pretended to search for a while and took it out. Look, it was here all along, you said, holding it up while Jungkook frowned, clearly confused. I checked there. It wasn't there. Maybe you missed it, you said with a smile while coming near him while he nodded. Maybe. Anyways, thanks for finding it, he said, trying to get the tie, but you didn't give it to him, while a mischievous smile on your face. Since I'm the one who found it, I'll make you wear it. You're getting late for college. I'll do it by myself. Just get ready. No, not until you let me do it. He sighed, clearly knowing that it's useless to argue with you because you are stubborn and won't listen. He sighed and nodded. Okay, but be quick. A bright smile appeared on your face and you looped the tie around his neck. You were taking your time, clearly enjoying the fruit of your deeds, while he was looking at you with the corner of his eyes. Even though he doesn't show it, but he was also enjoying this. As you were adjusting his tie, Jungkook spoke, breaking the silence. You're the one who hid it, right? Your hands stopped in the middle and your eyes widened as he caught you when you have planned it so cleverly, but you pretended to act normal. What? No, I didn't. He smiled slightly. It's like a drop of rain in the desert. Earlier, he doesn't even seem to know how to smile, but a lot has changed since you came into his life, but he's still strict. Your acting isn't that bad, but you still need to improve, just like in your studies. You took a step back and pouted while looking annoyed. It's useless to expect anything from you. You always bring studies in the middle. Yes, I hate it. Is there anything wrong to expect a good and romantic morning with your husband? I'm not only your student, okay, and I'll do it as much as I want. Stop me if you can. You left the room angrily while he sighed. He turned towards the mirror and saw that you tied the tie very weirdly, but he shook his head but didn't fix it because you're the one who tied it, so he kept it just like that. You came to the university a little mad at Jungkook because he never takes you seriously and always thinks that you are just a kid. As always, the lecture started and Jungkook was focused on delivering the best notes. Your eyes met a few times, but you rolled them purposely while the classroom was all silent and only his voice could be heard. But then whispers began to ripple through the room as a few students noticed his tie. Jungkook noticed a few students exchanging glances and giggling silently, and he hates disturbance in between the class, so he stopped and turned towards them. You two seems like you have something very interesting to share that you can't stop talking about. The students went silent as they are afraid of him, but a bold student from your class raised his hand. Professor John, did you tie your tie in the dark this morning? Laughter erupted around the room while Jungkook narrowed his eyes because he already knew, even you were surprised to see that he didn't fix it. I see you all have a very good eyesight. It means this time we are getting full marks from every student. He looked around and a silence spread. He's not only strict but also savage. You smiled a little seeing how, with just one dialogue, he shut all the mouths. He turned towards the board. This silence represents how you all are not even a bit concerned about your studies. They all lowered their heads as Jungkook sealed their mouths with just one dialogue. After his lecture, Jungkook made his way to his office. He had barely sat down when you barged in, clearly upset. Jungkook raised his brow as he wasn't expecting you here. Why? What are you doing here? You didn't respond immediately. Instead, you walked over to him, your eyes narrowing at the mess around his neck. Why didn't you fix your tie? You said, crossing your arms. Because you tied it? I thought you would feel bad if I interrupt. You raised your brow. Oh really? I don't think you care about my decision that I take for you enough to let them stay as it is. Jungkook felt bad knowing that you think he doesn't care about you when you can't even imagine how unconditional his love is for you. It's just his nature and his wait until you achieve your dreams. Because of these two reasons, he doesn't really show his love that much, but his actions and thoughtfulness towards you shows a lot, but you don't seem to understand that. When he didn't say anything, you came near his chair. Stand up. He looked at you confused. Do you again want to tie? You gave him a cold look while he stood up, allowing you to do whatever you want. You looked at him. I tied it badly on purpose to see if you would notice, but now everyone is laughing at you. He simply shrugged. They are just students. Let them laugh because they will never understand the care behind this. Your eyes softened at his words. You are impossible, you know that? He didn't say anything and let you fix his tie. You rolled your eyes when you noticed he was looking at you. Don't pretend like you admire me. You ruined my mood in the morning already. I'm sorry if I did that. You couldn't believe your eyes when you heard that. So you accept that it was your fault. He shrugged his shoulders. If you're saying... Do you have a personality disorder or what? Sometimes you make me want to smack your handsome face and the other second you make me want to just kiss you, but obviously when I do that you'll not let me. You're seriously so confusing. He was about to say something but the bell rang. You should go. Your class has started. You finally fixed his tie and looked at him. I did not do it for free. You have to get me my favorite ice cream on the way home. He walked away while a soft chuckle left his mouth. She's seriously so adorable. He sat down and saw how neatly you fixed his tie this time. A smile appeared on his face. At night you both came in your room after dinner. He was focused in his work while you were studying for tomorrow's exam. But now you were tired and your mind was filled with the thoughts of today's events. Even though he doesn't show it, but you know that he loves you. Jungkook, you called softly, not taking your eyes off your book. He responded, not looking up from his work. Can you explain this concept to me? I'm not sure I understand it. He finally lifted up his head and nodded before glancing at your book. Which one? You pointed to a random paragraph. This one. He leaned over, studying the text. It's about differential equations. You just need to... Before he could finish, you poked his side, making him jump. Hey, you giggled seeing the surprise on his face. Sorry, couldn't resist. He shook his head and sighed. Focus on your studies, fine. You have an exam tomorrow. I know, but it's so boring and you are so serious. Can't you take a break? You went rolling onto your back and looking up at the ceiling. He sighed, turning back to his papers. I need to finish this grading. You watched him for a moment, then scooted to the edge of the bed before leaning over to tap his shoulder. Jungkook, I'm hungry. We had dinner not too long ago, he said without turning around. But now I'm hungry again. He pouted, hoping to get more of his attention. He turned and raised his brow. What do you want to eat? You shrugged, leaning closer. I don't know, maybe you? He looked speechless and then shook his head. Ryan, be serious. I'm serious. Leave this work. It's our time and I want to cuddle with you, please. He sighed, glancing at you with a stern look. You have an exam tomorrow, Ryan. You need to get proper rest. This time you got annoyed and disappointed for real. More than a husband, he acts like a professor even at home. You gave him a disappointed look. You realize my importance the day I'm gone. With that, you turn your back to his side and slept, and also turn off the lamp in anger. Jungkook felt his heart dropping when he said those words. His eyes widened slightly, but he didn't say anything. Even the words looked so scary, he could never think of losing you in his thoughts. After some time, he lay there, staring at the ceiling while your words echoing in his mind. He couldn't stop thinking about them. The thoughts of losing you unsettling him deeply. Eventually, he fell into a troubled sleep. And soon when he fell asleep with all those thoughts in his mind, he saw a dream where you left him for real and forever. He saw you dying, and no matter how much he cried, he couldn't get you back. You were gone forever. Jungkook quite awake while his breath coming in gasp. He turned to see you sleeping peacefully beside him, relief washing over him, but he was unable to control his emotions. He pulled you into a tight hug, tears streaming down his face, and he started to sob. You were in a deep sleep when you felt something heavy on you. It made you come out of your sleep, and when you woke up, you saw Jungkook's head on your waist and he was sobbing while hugging you. You left confused as what happened and why he was crying. It made you worried as well. Jungkook, what's wrong? What happened? Why are you crying? He didn't say anything and was just crying and apologizing to you in the middle of his sobs. You managed to lift up your upper body as his arms were wrapped around your waist. Jungkook, please look at me. Tell me what's wrong. He kept crying, holding you as if you might disappear at any moment. I'm so sorry, Ryan. I'm sorry for hurting you and I promise I will never do it again. Please forgive me this once. I will correct my mistakes and also my behavior towards you. You somehow managed to calm him while your heart was heavy. You still don't know what made him cry so badly in the middle of the night when he was all fine when you went to sleep. Look at me, tell me what happened. Why are you crying? He said, cupping his face gently while he looked at you. His eyes were filled with sorrow and you have never seen this side of him. Ryan, I'm sorry for pushing you away. I had a dream that you left me. He couldn't even say those words because it terrifies him. You were gone. I can't lose you. I love you, Ryan. I love you more than anything. Your heart melted hearing that. This cold man, who barely shows any emotions except coldness, cried this much just because of a dream where you died. You wiped his tears. Then you stroked his hair gently, soothing him. I'm here, Jungkook. I'm not going anywhere. Not in this life. You know I have to annoy you till our hair get grey. You tried to uplift his mood, but he was really terrified. I'm sorry, Ryan. From now on, I will never behave like this. I'll show you how much I love you no matter what. You hugged and rubbed his back before kissing on top of his head. I already know how much you love me. He hugged your waist. I don't show it enough, but I love you more than anything. Please forgive me for not being the husband you deserve. You smiled and kissed his forehead, pulling away. You're already the one I deserve, and don't worry, I know I complain a lot, but I enjoy them. I enjoy annoying you, teasing you, trying to get your attention. I do everything out of love and I'm happy that you decided to openly show your feelings. It's like a cherry on the top. He cupped your face. I love you, Ryan, more than anything. With that, he attached his lips against yours, making your eyes widened. Your heart skipped a beat as it was the first time after 6 months of marriage that he kissed you on your lips. You slowly closed your eyes and wrapped your arms around his neck, pulling him closer. You both shared a deep kiss.